Hi guys, my name is Megan. I am an intern at the Book Arts Center this summer, and I'm going to be walking you through how to do a hardcover bookbinding kit sold online at the Book Arts Center. Now, before we get started, just a little letting you know this is a time-lapse video, so it is going to go a little bit faster than you're definitely going to do. This whole process took me about an hour, hour and a half, plus drying time. So take that into account as you watch the video and pause as needed. Some of the steps move a little bit faster than are going to take time and so forth. So these are essentially all the tools that you're going to be needing to create this essentially book. The kit provides almost everything. The only thing that I am not sure about is the bone folder because I got that in another kit. The X-Acto knife is mine. I did forget to include in the picture the little thing of glue that they provide and the paintbrush. In addition, the very crucial wax paper that is used for drying that you can probably find right in your kitchen at home. First, we're going to start out by taking the pre-cut white paper and counting out 25 sheets of paper, as that's going to be the number of pages for our book. And then we're going to put those into groups of 5 and then fold them in half like a hamburger while keeping them in those groups of 5 that we already pre-selected. The next step after we finished folding is you're going to take all those groups of 5 and open them up, and then you're going to put each page within the other pages. So you're going to make essentially a V of folded paper. Next, take the decorative sheet of paper you choose, fold it in half like a hamburger, and then cut along the fold with your X-Acto knife, a cutting mat, and a straight edge. Then you're going to take that cut piece of paper and then fold each of those in half again like a hamburger to match the size of the little packets of folded paper we already have. Then glue the creased edge in one of the decorative papers to one of the folded V's of paper right along the edge to create that decorative page. And then you're going to do that again for the other one. When you're done, you're going to put them in the wax and then put them under something heavy and weighted like books so they dry equally. Next, paperclip all of the signatures together so that we can create an even line for when we punch our holes with the awl. Then you're going to take the sewing template and you're going to punch holes at each of the marks and then do that for all of the 5 steps. I personally liked to poke the holes in one and then use that signature to poke a little bit of a bigger hole through each signature and basically create a little bit more even and unified whole. Then get the thread. Basically, the good rule of thumb is the height of the book by the number of signatures, so go by that. And then you're going to wax the thread by taking it and the beeswax and running it through your fingers in the beeswax a couple of times to slick the thread. Now start sewing. You're going to start from the top or bottom hole, the decorative page signatures, and you're going to start from the outside going in without your knotted needle. And then when you go through, you're going to leave a bit of a tail and hold it off. So you're going to go from outside, inside at the top, then you're going to go inside to outside, and then take the linen tape that we cut to the correct size of 2 inches, and then you're going to put the stitch over it, pull the thread snug as we go. Then you're going to go to the next hole down from inside to outside. Then you're going to do the same thing as we did the last time with the linen tape. Then you're going to go from outside to inside again. You're going to do the last stitch and pull snug. Then once you've done that, you're going to go sew into and you're going to grab another blank signature page. As you go, you're going to want to reinforce your stitches with the other signatures, and that basically ensures that when you open the book, you're not going to see all of the wonderful binding that you've done. So the goal is if you pull it tight and you do it as nice, then you don't have the binding showing. You're going to do this until you end with the last signature of the decorative page, and just make sure it's nice and snug, and you're going over the linen tape with each stitch. When you're done sewing, you're gonna knot the thread and tape and cut off the excess. Then you're gonna take a little bit of glue, or in my case, I actually used washi tape because it was a little bit more reliable, and adhere those pieces of linen tape down to the outside of the colored page. Then what you're gonna do is cut the mold to size of the book spine. You're gonna cut some small headbands, which are the part of cloth that you see of the spine at the top of the book that kind of hides the edges of the signatures, and you're going to glue those down. I actually did those in the wrong order, as you can see. So you're going to glue the headband down, and then you're going to take the mole and take the entire spine and cover it and glue it down. Then once you're done with that, you put it in the wax paper, make sure all the paper clips are removed, and flatten. Next, take the book cloth paper, it's leathery, and take the good side that you want on the cover facing down, with the side you don't want facing up. Then you're going to take the book board, lay them down flat onto the paper, giving them about 1 inch in the middle between them. Trace them, then take the glue and glue one side of each bookboard, laying them flat on the tracings that you have, and then line them up. Next, take some spine backing, laying it in between the two bookboards you just glued down, put a little bit of glue in between, and flush. You put that down flush. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to cut little slits at each corner of the book cloth, from the corner of the book boards to the corners of the book cloth. This is where I differ a little bit from the instructions. I found it was easier to cut a slit and then basically wrap them like you would wrap a birthday present. And while doing that, I would cut the excess out so I could still very evenly cover the entire corners of the book board without showing anything. That was something I learned from my first one. I found this was a much better method of doing it because I got little corners of cardboard or the book board to show through. You're going to do that for every page, making sure it's flush and hard, like flush to the book board, so you get nice, good creases. Creasing along the way, maybe putting the book boards down on the spine to get a nice, good crease there, and go from there. And you're going to do that until your entire book board is wrapped. You are going to take the dry book block and apply glue on one side of the decorative paper, lining it up flush on the book board / cover that we just covered with book cloth, laying it flush. Then once that's down, you're going to do the same thing for the spine, and then do the same thing for the other side. You're going to take your completed book, you're going to put a wax paper, and then you're going to put it under weight and let it dry for overnight. And then voila, you have a book. I hope this was helpful in your quest for bookmaking, and I hope to hear from you. Feel free to reach out to us about your experience with the kit or other kits you'd like us to pursue in your bookmaking career in this whole COVID area we got going on. So, adios.